So hi everyone, this is CA Akshay Nagpal, and in today's session we are going to discuss about section number 184, which talks about disclosure of interest by the directors. So let's first understand why this section was introduced, and then we will head to the content that is very much important for your exams point of view. And in January 21 exam, it was asked for 6 marks. So you can simply predict that how much importance does this section holds. All right. So let's get to it. First of all, why disclosure is required? There should be a reason for every section, right? So let's understand the reason first. As soon as you will read this, you will understand the reason. All right. So let's read this. Okay. So the office of director in a company is that of trust. So basically, it says that the director's office, the director's chair is that of trust. Like he is basically the trustee of a company. Director holds a position as a trustee of a company. All right, and a person holds the directorship in a fiduciary capacity. And as trustee of the assets of the company, the director is duty bound to pass on the benefits accruing from all such transactions which belong to the company. So it says that if a company is transacting with the other parties, then it is the duty of the director to pass on the benefits which are accruing from the transactions that are happening with the other parties by the company. All right. So director shall have to pass on the benefits to the company and should not accrue them for themselves. All right. So personal benefits should not be taken care of by the directors, but the benefits that are accrued to the company shall have to pass to the company only. All right. And at any stage, if he becomes interested in a transaction, the benefits of which rightfully accrue to the company, he must disclose his interest so that the board and if required, the company may take a rational decision whether to continue the transaction or not. So it just says that if at any time during the transaction, a director becomes a party of the transaction or he becomes interested, we will understand what does the meaning of interested director. Let's read this again. At any stage, if he becomes interested in a transaction, the benefits of which rightfully accrue to the company, he must disclose his interest. It says that as soon as the director becomes interested in a transaction, then he should disclose the interest so that the board of directors can make a rightful decision, a rational decision, whether to continue with the transaction or not. It also says one more thing in a specific disclosure part. You will see that in section number 184 subsection 2, that after disclosure, the director who becomes the interested director should not, I would say again, should not participate in the meeting in which the decision is going to be taken place. All right. So he should not participate as per section number 194 subsection 2. So let's read it. Yeah, from here, the disclosure of interest is to be made by a director includes both general disclosure, which is covered in section number 184 subsection 1, and specific disclosure, which is covered in section number 184 subsection 2. So section number 184 of the Act, which contains provisions in respect of disclosure of interest by the directors, is applicable to all the companies and their directors. So even if it is a public company or a private company or any other company for that matter, or a government company or any other company for that matter, section 184 is so much applicable for those transactions and for those companies as well. All right. Now we understood the difference. We understood the premise because of which section number 184 is introduced to pass on the benefits which are rightfully accrued to the company. All right. So I hope you understood the premises. Now let's head to 184 subsection 1 first. Section number 184 subsection 1. It talks about general disclosure. It basically tells three things. First thing being what to disclose. Second, how to disclose. Third, timing of disclosure. what to disclose in what to disclose section, it says that every director shall disclose his concern or interest in any company or companies or body corporates, firms or other associations of individuals, which shall include the share load. That is inclusive section. It is not the exhaustive one. So if any director uh, has any concern or interest in any company or any body corporate or any other entity, then he shall have to disclose his interest as per rule number 9, which tells us how to disclose. And here there are 3 points given. That is, first point in MBP1, and that shall have to be preserved for 8 years, and CS or other authorized persona shall have to simply preserve it, and it should be preserved at the registered office. So these are the 4 points which are given in rule number 9. So how is covered? What is covered? Now let's cover the timing. Timing, it says that there are 3 timings for the disclosure to be made. First timing being after appointment of director, first board meeting. First board meeting after the appointment of director. Second being after commencement of financial year, first board meeting. First board meeting after the commencement of financial year. Third, if there is any change in shareholding or interest, etc. First board meeting. First board meeting after the changes happened in the concern or any interest of the director in any company or body corporate or firm or any other association of individuals for that matter. So where it is written? Here. When to disclose? At the first meeting of the board in which he participates as a director, thereafter at the first board meeting of the board in every financial year, or whenever there is any change, then at the first board meeting held after such change. I hope I made myself clear. Section number 184 subsection 1 is covered here. Rule number 9, I have already told you. Form number MPP1, written notice, and it shall be preserved at the registered office for 8 years, and company secretary will be basically keeping it in his custody. All right, and such director shall cause it to be disclosed at the meeting held immediately after the date of notice. So this point, it says that if director gives the notice to the company for its interest, disclosing its interest, then the form, that is MBP1, shall have to be disclosed in the meeting, next board meeting, as soon as the next board meeting happens. All right, so it was about that. Now coming to section number 184 subsection 2, which talks about specific disclosure. It says that a director of a company shall make a specific disclosure of interest whenever he in any way, whether directly or indirectly, is concerned or interested in a contract or arrangement or proposed contract or arrangement entered into or to be entered into. There are 3 parties it is written. Let's read it again, and you will be able to understand it better in a better way. All right, so it says that if a company is participating or making a contract or arrangement or proposing a contract or arrangement with a body corporate or with any other firm or entity. All right, so if this happens and the director of the company holds some positions in a body corporate or holds some shareholding in a body corporate, then the director shall have to disclose its interest first to the company and should not participate in the decision-making panel. All right, this is what is given in this section. Let's read it here. With a body corporate in which such director or such director in association with any other director holds more than 2% shareholding. If director is holding 2%, more than 2% of the shareholding, or the director along with the other directors holds more than 2% of the shareholding, then that director shall have to disclose its interest, have to disclose its shareholding to the company, and shall not participate in the decision making panel. participate in board meeting where decisions shall be taken place. All right, this was the first case. Second case being when a body corporate in which such director is a promoter, manager, or CEO. If this director is a promoter of the body corporate, CEO of the body corporate, or manager of the body corporate. If director holds any of these position in the body corporate, then director shall have to disclose his interest to the company and should not participate in the board meeting where the decision shall be taken place for such transaction. All right. Or the third case being when such director is a partner, owner, or member of the firm or other entity with whom the company is making a contract or making a contractual arrangement. So if the director is here partner of the firm, owner of the sole proprietorship, or the member of the associate of persons or something, some other entity. So if that happens, then again the director shall have to disclose its interest, disclose his interest, plus do not participate. Now, what do you mean by participation? Participation means two things. First thing being voting, and second thing being attendance. So the director shall not attend and vote in the meeting where the decision shall be taken place for the contract or arrangement or the proposed contract or arrangement where the director holds any interest. All right, this is about section number 184 subsection 2. Now let's talk about the timing when to make such disclosure. So the director, the disclosure shall be made as under. The interested director shall disclose the nature of his concern or interest at the meeting of the board in which the contract or arrangement is discussed for the first time. As soon as the discussion takes place, then the director shall have to disclose the nature of his concern at the meeting in which it was discussed for the first time, and he shall not participate. Participate means he shall not attend, he shall not vote in such meeting. Non-participation implies that he shall not discuss the matter relating to such contract and also not shall not vote. So no discussion, no voting. All right. It may happen that any director is not so concerned or interested at the time of entering into such contract or arrangement. However, if he becomes interested after the contract or arrangement is entered into, he shall disclose his concern or interest forthwith when he becomes so, or at the first board meeting of held after his becoming concerned or interested. It says that the transaction was happened earlier and then the director becomes interested. For example, the director holds more than 2% in the body corporate or becomes a CEO or manager of the body corporate, or in other concern, he becomes a partner, owner, or member of the other firm with whom the transaction takes place. Then he shall have to disclose the interest and the disclosure shall be done at the first board meeting held after him becoming the concerned or interested director. All right. So we have discussed the timing here, and now let's discuss about some exceptions. It says that in case of a private company which has not committed a default in section number 92 or 137, the section number 184 subsection 2 shall apply with the exception that the interested director may participate in such meeting after disclosure of interest. So it says that in case of a private company, disclosure, okay, disclosure is required, very much required, but he can also participate. In the other general case, for example, a public company, in public company case, disclosure was required, but he could not participate. All right, participate can't, disclosure required. Here disclosure is required and participation can also be done in case of private company. All right, so this was this. And in respect of section number 8 company, it says that if he does not commit any default in section number 137 or section number 92, with the registrar, the provision of section number 184 subsection 2 shall apply only if the transaction is with reference to section 188, that is related party transaction, on the basis of the terms and conditions of the contract or arrangement exceeds 1 lakh rupees. So it says that if there is a related party transaction and the amount of which is increased is more than 1 lakh, then and only then section number 184 subsection 2 is required to be followed in case of section number 8 company. All right, I hope you understood. Now it talks about contract voidable at the option of the company if there is non-disclosure. It says that if section number 184 subsection 2 is not followed, then what does that mean? The director did not disclose, or director did not participate, or director actually participated. That is violation of section number 184 subsection 2. Then the contract which was entered into by the company shall be voidable at the option of the company. Voidable at the option of the company, not the director. Remember that the contract shall be voidable at the option of company. In MCQ, it can be said, they can give you an option that the contract is voidable at the option of director, but you will simply say no, that is not the case. Contract shall be voidable at the option of the company only. All right. And there is one more section. It says that if the contravention is done of section of 184 subsection 1 and 184 subsection 2, that is, even if the general disclosure provision is contravened, then the punishment shall be taken place for both general disclosure and specific disclosure. If he does not disclose his interest or furnishes wrong information in this respect, he means director, shall be punishable as under with imprisonment up to 1 year or with fine up to 1 lakh or both. All right, 111, yaad rakhna hai. 1 year, 1 lakh, both. All right. Now, this section says that nothing in section number 184 shall be taken to prejudice the operation of any rule of law restricting a director of a company from having any concern or interest in any contractual arrangement with the company. It just says that nothing in this section, that is section number 184, does not prohibit, does not restrict. Section number 184 does not prohibit or restrict the directors to hold or to having any concern or interest in any contract or arrangement. It just says that to disclose. It says that disclose the interest. It does not say that do not hold the interest. So it is just for clarification that director can hold any interest, any concern in any contract or arrangement, but they shall have to disclose the same. All right. Now let's talk about the last thing. It says that if director is holding up to 2%, then disclosure is not required. All right. Where in section number 184 subsection 2, it was given that if director is holding more than 2% or director with other directors holds more than 2% in any body corporate, then if the company is having any transaction with such body corporate, then the same shall have to be disclosed by the director in the board meeting. All right. So it says that in this scenario, that is 184 subsection 5 clause B, it says that if the director or the director along with the other directors is holding up to 2% of the shareholding, then there need not be any disclosure required for that matter. All right, I hope you understood this case. Let's do one question which is about this provision only. Y Limited entered into a contract with Z Limited, which has a paid up capital of 50 lakhs. one of the director of Y Limited is holding equity shares of the nominal value of rupees 50,000 in Z Limited, but he did not disclose his interest at the appropriate board meeting. So, in this case, Y Limited, it's a public company, and he enters into a contract with Z Limited. Z Limited is a body corporate, and whose paid up capital is 50 lakh rupees. Paid up share capital of Z Limited is rupees 50 lakhs. One of the director of Y Limited is holding equity shares of the nominal value of rupees 50,000 in Z Limited. There is a director of Y Limited who holds rupees 50,000 shareholding. That is 50,000 divided by 50 lakhs. It is 1%. 1% shareholding is being held by the director of the Y Limited. So, and he did not disclose his interest at the appropriate board meeting. As per section number 184, subsection 2, it was said that the director shall be deemed to be interested if he is holding more than 2% of the interest if a director along with other directors or the director himself holds more than 2% of the shareholding of the body corporate with whom the contract or the arrangement is being taken place. And if that happens, then he shall have to disclose the interest, plus along with that, he shall not participate in case of public company, or he can participate in case of private company. So this is a case of public company, but the shareholding is 1%, that is less than 2% or up to 2%. For up to 2%, we just studied that the section number 184, subsection 5, clause B exempts the director to disclose his interest in case the shareholding is up to 2% on. All right, let's read the answer. It should be exempted for the director to disclose the interest. As per section number 184 subsection 2, the disclosure of interest by director is not required in any contract or arrangement between two companies where any of the director of one company or two or more of them together holds or not hold more than holds not more than 2% of the paid up share capital in the other company. In the present case, 1% is being held, which is less than 2%. Therefore, he is not liable for any punishment if he does not disclose his interest. This is what we have said. So we have completed section number 194 in complete sense. Let's discuss it in detail with our summary chart. You can simply take a screenshot of this summary chart. I have made it with utmost care that every point is being covered in this summary chart. So you can simply download it. So you can simply use it in your one-day revision as well. All right. Now let's revise it here. Section number 184, subsection 1 talks about general disclosure. What to disclose? Concern or interest, including shareholding in any company, firm, or AOP or any other concern. All right. So if a director is holding any concern or interest or any shareholding in any company or firm or AOP, then he shall have to disclose the same according to rule number 9, which says that MBP1 shall have to be that the disclosure shall have to be made in MBP1 and shall have to be preserved in registered office for 8 years by the CS or any authorized person if there is an absence of CS. All right, and the timing is also mentioned that when the director is joining, then the first meeting after his joining, and every first board meeting after the commencement of the financial year, and if there is any change in the concern or interest, then every first board meeting after such change. All right, I hope you understood the timing part as well. Now let's discuss the specific disclosure, which talks about the contract or arrangement with the body corporate if in case the director of the company is promoter, manager, or CEO, or in other case if the director is alone or with other directors holding more than 2% shareholding in the body corporate. So in simple sense, if a director of the company is holding more than 2% shareholding in the body corporate, or is holding a prominent place, for example, a promoter place or manager place or CEO place in the body corporate with whom the contract or arrangement is being done, then they shall have to disclose, directors shall have to disclose such interest to the company in the board meeting, and he should not participate in the board meeting in case it's a public company, or he can participate in the board meeting if it's a private company. The same is written over here. All right, in case of private company, he can participate, but disclosure shall still be mandatory. All right, now let's talk about the second thing. If the transaction or the arrangement or contract is happening with the firm or other entity, then if the director of the company who's director of the company who is making a transaction or a contract or arrangement with the firm or other entity, and the director is holding a prominent place there also, if he's a partner or owner or member, then he shall again have to disclose his interest and should not participate in the board meeting in case there is a in case it's a public company, or he should just not he can participate after disclosure in case of a private company. All right, we will take an example for this as well, since this can be a tricky part. Let's take an example first, then we will head back to here. There is a private company and there is a public company. There is disclosure, there is participation. Participation means two things: voting, and second is attendance, or you can also say as discussion. All right, so in case of a private company is there, and private company is making transaction with the body corporate where the director is holding more than 2% or holding a prominent place, or private company is holding a contract or a transaction with the other firm or any other entity where the director is holding prominent place, then disclosure shall be mandatory, but he can also participate as well. Participation can be done in a case of private company if section number 137 and section number 92 is followed, which talks about annual return and financial statement filing. And in case of public company, which is generally the case, the disclosure shall have to be made in either case, and the participation shall not be done, which is a very right thing to do. All right, so now again let's head to the summary part. Yeah, so this is done. The timing here, it is mentioned that whenever the board meeting in which the contract is discussed for the first time, then the disclosure of the same shall have to be made in the same board meeting itself, and he shall not participate. Exception given, private company we have already discussed, and second is about section 8 company if the transaction is below rupees 1 lakh. Remember that. All right, and the third part is if the director becomes interested later on, that is the transaction has already been started, and the director after the transaction or after the contract or arrangement becomes an interested director, then he shall disclose the same after he becomes interested at the first board meeting, that is happen after he becomes basically the party or the interested director. All right, and as soon as these things happen, then that contract shall be voidable at the option of the company if disclosure is not made or he participated in case of public company. Disclosure not made or participated in case of public. No disclosure or participated in case of public company. All right, so that contract will be voidable at the option of the company. And there is a common penalty for violation of section 194 subsection 1 and 194 subsection 2, which talks about 1 year jail for the director who does not disclose, or 1 lakh fine, or both. Now, the last but not the least, which talks about the disclosure, exemption of disclosure, no disclosure if director holds up to 2% of the paid-up share capital of the other company. There is also a question that we have already discussed for this matter. All right, the question again, I will show you this example number 11 in your study material. We have already done this. So thank you, and let's meet you in the other session with other sections. Thank you.